We are fighting for America's future, and we understand the opportunity we have before us to turn the page on the fear
These Babylonian, aka American citizens, are absolutely going bonkers out here, all right? They're losing their shit, and the election ain't even here yet, all right? Yeah, I showed you a couple of clips, you know what I'm saying? You see these people, all right? They're booing, all right? Kamala on stage, all right? And then you got a Edomite woman screaming at a Edomite child in a wheelchair, and all this behind the fucking elections, all right? And that's how the Lord is going to, divide you Babylonian citizens against each other. He's already done it. All right. He said he was coming back to set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right. The American citizens are divided, and the kingdom divided cannot stand. All right. Before I begin, or continue rather, I'd like to start out by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Hakodesh, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone who teach this truth, and where I learned and continue to learn this truth. Peace and salutation to the Lord's elect. All right, that be in the house of David. Today is October the 28th, year 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, Jacob represents the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans through the seed of their fathers. All right, and we're in spiritual Egypt, which is our captivity. All right, this is our last captivity, but yet and still, it is a captivity. And as you can see, a lot of our people they're running down to Egypt for help, like they've always done. They've always went to the rulers who we were subjected to be under, all right, to make their lives easier rather than just, going to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So anyway, you seen the clips I showed you. This thing is finna go down real soon. It ain't a lot of time left. All right, that election is a week and some change away, if it is gonna be an election. All right, you see what's going down in the Middle East. If you haven't seen it, just subscribe to a couple of channels. AMTV is one. Full Spectrum Survival is another. You can just type in Scott Ritter. All right, he has a lot of information about this certain stuff. All right, and you can see what it is over there. But those things will prophesy to go down over there the same way Jacob's trouble is going, go down over here as well throughout the earth. But it's going to have a major impact over here in the States. All right, that being the United States, aka Babylon the Great. So I'm gonna read this scripture right here on the screen, Isaiah 30, and this is for you Israelites, all right, who become into this election shit. The scriptures tell us not to set another nation over us. And Kamala, regardless of what she looks like, she is not an Israelite. She is not a fucking so-called black woman. She's not that. But you fucking 2/3 gonna do what you gonna do. You gonna do what you know of your father, while the elect is going to do what they know of theirs. So it is what it is. It's Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children. All right, you Israelites. Saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, that take a counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt. All right, the Egypt they're speaking about is America today. All right, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, where Yahweh Shai was crossed out, Cesare was put up. All right, Cesare was put up after Serapis. Serapis was the who Jake was worshiping during the Roman Empire. All right, and when Esau wicked Roman Empire went down, and he got pushed up into them caves for 1,000 years. All right, once he came out of the caves and got back, into rulership in what's called the rebirth, the Renaissance, he put up Cesare, all right, which is Rodrigo, but what's his name? Rodrigo Bagora. All right, it's like if I misenunciated his name. He was one of the popes of Rome. He put his son up, and they made him Serapis in the flesh, so to speak, and that's where that name Jesus comes from. All right, but today again we were in New Egypt. All right, and Jesus runs this Egypt. All right, as far as these niggas go, all right, 2/3 of them, that's who they reverence as their God, either Jesus, Allah, Buddha. All right, everything under the sun except Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Okay. So it say that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame and your trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right, the modern day Pharaoh, all right, is the Edomites. All right, the scriptures tell you, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. All right, that's talking about the Edomites. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, who in the day of Jerusalem said, race it, even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. All right, so the modern day Egyptians today are the Edomites. They're the ruling class nation on this earth. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where then who is he? All right, that's Esau. You know what I'm saying? 2 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. All right, so this is Esau's rule and reign. And in his reign, he gives you what's called controlled oppositions. All right, he picks who he wants to be. He picks who he wants you to think your vote matters for. And ultimately, they're puppets because the elite control them, all right? They got a battery in their back to do what the Rothschilds or, Rockefellers tell them to do. My phone ended up cutting out. But anyway, I'm just jump back in. We're going to deal with the Kamala situation, all right? She's down in Kalamazoo, Michigan, all right? And she's giving a speech and whatnot, and she's being booed. All right, nobody likes that woman. All right, I'm gonna be real. I don't even like that woman. All right, and I've never voted. None of the years I've been eligible to vote. All right, I'm 37 years old, so I've been eligible to vote for since I was 18. What is that? Over what's that? 19 years? Yeah, about 19 years or so. And I ain't never voted once, even when they had Barack on the ballot. I ain't vote for that fucker neither. All right, and that was well before, the Lord revealed his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and his truth to me. But the Lord just had me to where I never gave a shit about voting either way. But she's out in Kalamazoo, and you see the people not for her. They're booing her, all right? At least with Donald, all right, listen, he's a devil. He's a demon. He's an Edomite. Ultimately, we feel in the spirit he's Nero coming back. But he has some sort of flair to him, all right, He's a likable devil, if there is or ever was a such thing. All right, he's a likable devil. All right, and the scriptures speak about how the man that ruled the city such are they that dwell therein. All right, so I feel like I speak as a man. I feel like Donald's gonna win if it is an election. I feel like Donald's gonna win. They're gonna put him in there because just look at how she was looking when they were booing her. All right, she was looking like a fucking woman up there. All right, she ain't got no testicular fortitude. She don't have those. She don't have that. All right. What do you think gonna happen if this place was to go on and she was your fucking president and she had to go to these meetings? All right, that involve all men. All right, they're gonna laugh at her. They're gonna mock her to her face. They're gonna mock this country to her face the same way they already do now. All right, and that's why that Make America Great Again thing resonates with these so-called white folks, which are the biblical Edomites. It resonates with them because they see it. All right, they see the laughing stock they've become. All right, they see how people view them and how people view America in its totality, and they don't like it. So they feel like if they can get Nero back in charge, all right, it gives them some sort of bravado. All right, but at the end of the day, you devils are going into slavery. America is going to be destroyed by the ICBM nuclear missiles that the Lord is going to have shot over here. Ain't none going to miss their mark. 200 million nuclear missile warheads are prophesied to hit this place, as well as laser beams from the chariots. All right. And the only people slated for salvation to lead this place is the elect of Israel. All right. The rest of you people that's over here in this land, you're going to die. All right. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and your trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. That's to these niggas out here, right, who out here voting. All right. This Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down into Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, Yahweh. All right, Bashim Yahushua. These niggas ain't worried about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They calling on every other God under the sun. All right, Buddha, Allah, Jesus. All right, all of that. And that's why, their trust in Egypt gonna be their confusion. Verse 2, yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. So you niggas that's helping these Edomites, all right, you want to ball with the devil, you're going to fall with the devil. All right, verse 3, now the Egyptians are men, all right, the Edomites, they're the modern day Egyptians, all right. And I went into this the other day, in this particular thing, we think it's the Edomites now. All you American citizens who ain't of the elect could be considered Egyptians, technically, because America is spiritual Egypt, and you got American citizenship, so that will make you an Egyptian. But the ruling class nation on this earth, all right, is Esau. Nobody with him, it's just him. All right, so now the Egyptians, the Edomites, are men and not power, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. All right, you voting. All right, you got a political party. Even if you don't vote, if you got any kind of foot in this place, and you don't want to see this place be destroyed, you don't want to see the kingdom of heaven be established on this earth. If you ain't got that mindset, then you're gonna die ultimately, because that's what it's all about on this side. All right, if you ain't chosen, you're gonna be destroyed. All right, and 2 out of 3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that reside right here in Babylon the Great are up for said judgment. All right, let me see. What was it? Read this. Isaiah 19:14. The Lord Yahweh Shai had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt, which is America, to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. All right, a perverse spirit. All right, you got the homosexual spirit going through this place. You got the strong, independent woman spirit going through this place. The effeminate man spirit going through this place. The disrespectful children spirit going through this place. The scriptures speak about how before the Lord comes back, wickedness is going to be then reach the heavens. All right, the same way it did when Cain was on earth. And Esau is the represented. He is the new Cain on this earth. All right, that's who he was in the ancient times. All right, he was the serpent, and he was Cain, and he came back as Esau. All right, and that's why wickedness is at an all-time high. All right, this is his most wickedest kingdom to date. All right, and that's why the Lord coming back to burn this place. All right, last time when these Edomites, back when they were Cain, and their wickedness reached up to the heavens, all right, the Lord brought the flood. This time the Lord gonna bring the fire. All right, and when after the fire, a new rulership is gonna be established. Jacob's rulership. All right. And in that rulership, all the nations on the earth are going into captivity. All of them, for 1,000 years. All right, to get beat and taught righteousness. All right, and when 1,000 years is up, these nations are going to be tributary to the Israelites, practice what's been taught and what's been beat into them. All right, and these Edomites, these so-called white people, they all get rounded up and burned up. That's their oncoming judgment for being the way that they are, the way the Lord created them to be, the wicked. And it's going to be no need for the wicked once, Jacob's kingdom is established. So, just showing you some clips and seeing how this kingdom is falling. All right, the Edomites are against the Edomites. Again, that Edomite woman was screaming at that little Edomite child, all right, to the point where Eva has to step in, all right, and she wants to correct it. And that goes to show you in itself as well how much these niggas love their oppressors. How much these niggas love the goddamn devil. All right, man, fuck them. If I would have been there to speak for myself, if she was doing that shit, I would have just watched. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. It is what it is. Now, that's my spirit, all right? I don't give a shit what you people got to say or do to each other. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do with me. So I ought to just watched it. But anyway, I'm going to go back up. Staying in this same book, Isaiah 19, jump down to 2. And I set the Egyptians, the Edomites, against the Egyptians, some more Edomites. And again, remember I told you this can be used as American citizens also. We're using it in the, from that last clip we saying, well, from both clips, we'll do it this way. With the woman yelling at the Edomite child, those are Edomites. All right, but then when Kamala was getting booed, all right, she was getting turned on too. So either both clips, you know, it was Egyptians against Egyptians. All right, American citizens against American citizens. All right, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And the scripture tell you a city and a kingdom divided cannot stand but hath an end. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand and have an end. And the end, all right, is Babylon the Great going out through the thermonuclear fire. These devils getting ready to come with their charagma, which is the brain chip, or you can get it in your right hand, you know, that microchip, the Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying, chip, all right? These things are right here at the door. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt, being America, shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. All right. And you know, they doing that right now. I seen some shit the other day. Yesterday it was a commercial. All right, with these niggas on it talking about we ain't voting for today. We're voting because we're representing our ancestors. All right, it's fucking madness. You know, you are your ancestors first and foremost. But you know, these niggas really believe and think the shit that they doing down here to forward this place is gonna get them somewhere good. When really all it's gonna get your ass is a seat. You know what I'm saying? A first class ticket into the lake of fire. All right. For you to burn forever alone, the Lord wants your ass to burn. All right. Verse 4, and the Egyptians, you American people, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah host. And again, I believe it's gonna be Donald. You know what I'm saying? They could throw a curveball in there and put Jezebel Harris in there, but I doubt it. You know. But either way, the judgment for this place is already written. It's going to come. All right, there is no ducking it, no matter who's the puppet that they put up there, you know. The Lord coming back to destroy this place, and he's going to bring it low before he does it, and it's already been brought low. All right. And these people, they're not going to regard the kings nor princes and all of that shit. The scripture tell you right here in 2 Ezra 15 about how there's going to be seditions of men, and they're not going to regard the kings, princes, in the course of their actions should stand in their power. 2 Ezra 15 and 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So imagine, you know what I'm saying, them people that was born her, if she gets in office, they're not going to all of a sudden accept her. All right, this is not going to happen. And the same thing for the people who for her and against Trump. All right, it's not going to be a peaceful transition. No, it's going to be violent. All right, and the Lord wants it that way. He wants you American people divided and against each other. All right, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, ain't going to be listening to the governors, senators, politicians, and all that. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and that's because, you know, martial law is going to eventually have to be put on these Babylonian citizens out here, American citizens. All right, it's going to get that bad out here. And they already got them over here. They already got the Trojan horse army over here, the United Nations army. They're already here. All right, and they're waiting to get that call or that flaggy event to set in motion what they were brought here to do. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. How much more so a woman? All right, these bitches think they vote matter. You're gonna find out how much your vote matter in the days we're coming into, because it ain't gonna be no 911. We're gonna see how much your governors, senators, and all them motherfuckers really cared about you. You know what I'm saying? You women, you're gonna get destroyed out here, bro. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. All right, in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, we right there. Great tribulation. All right, famines. All right. People going into concentration camps. People gonna get eaten by teeth of beast. People getting cast out of your houses, going before suicide. Not suicide. Gun squads and shit. A lot of you people gonna get a ghost up. You know what I'm saying? All of these things gonna happen. All right. Leviathan, newly formed creatures. I mean, listen. It's gonna be the greatest judgment ever. You know what I'm saying? Rendered out. And I would rather desire willing. You know what I'm saying? Us hopeful elect. You know what I'm saying? Get to see it. You know. Watch it, you know, and thank the Lord for sparing us and destroying them, you know. So that's pretty much it, you know. I just got out of work and I had a couple of clips, all right, that I just came across. I didn't want to even go in the house without, you know what I'm saying, doing a video, doing something profitable, all right, toward the ministry. So this was that, Lord willing, it was such. Any questions, comments, just leave it for me in the comment section. All honor, glory, and praise go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and where I learn and continue to learn this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.